Welcome back, everybody.
Morning, guys.
Joe here.
Kevin.
More conflict on the show.
Right.
Another fight episode. We kind of mentioned that briefly before we started the episode, how there is a lot of conflict going on right now between Emily, Richard, and Lorelai, really.
It's mostly, as far as unresolved conflict, it still feels almost exclusively like Emily and Lorelai.
Largely.
I think over the last couple episodes, we've really made a point to have Richard do a mea culpa and make nice with Rory.
Sure.
And Rory and Dean, even though they got into a dumb fight, also worked their way out of it and accepted their own responsibility for it. The one person who still seems to want to hold on to everything, it seems like Emily, and to a lesser extent, I think Lorelai as well.
Sure, she's not completely innocent in this. But,
No.
But she is the one that reaches out and tries to make good.
Sure.
But and I did like, shout out to Richard. I did like that scene where he apologized to Rory. He goes, "We had a fight." It was really sweet.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think these are complicated characters. They're well-rounded, beautiful, deep characters,
Absolutely,
which is the fun of the show. But if I could say one thing about Emily is that she has got to learn to let stuff go.
Absolutely.
I mean that she is going to be on her deathbed and yelling at Lorelai about losing her retainer at an A&W when she was a little girl or
She'll
something.
Find a reason.
Yeah. You spilled paint on the carpet.
And that's not to say that we don't like Emily.
No, we do. That's just a huge gaping
her.
flaw of hers. Yeah.
And I like that the show doesn't resolve it right away. You know what I mean?
And it shouldn't.
I like that it's a process. It's really enjoyable to see.
Yeah, there's one thing, films are shorter, so they don't have the luxury of really working through character arcs a lot, right? But I'm not a big fan of a movie that has an ensemble cast and everyone has their problems and everyone's problems are resolved in the 2 hours that the movie happens. Yeah. You know what I mean? And everyone's a wiser, different, better person. The end. This is more realistic. That there's going to be steps forward and steps back. There are things she's going to get right, which she's done a lot, and there are things she's going to get wrong, which I feel like this was.
And sometimes there is no real resolution.
No,
you can make progress, but you don't. Ultimately, people. They can change, but they pretty much stay the same.
Right. And how many times do you have a conflict with somebody and the resolution is we just don't talk about it and pretend like it never happened, and eventually we're fine.
All the time.
And until the next time it happens again.
For sure.
It's like, okay, I'll just choose to stop being mad at you, and that's kind of how it ends.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, we're probably there with these guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's go and get started here. I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us, and give a special shout out to Actuarial Lurker, Balaj Foldes, Chris, Coincidence, Derek Peterson, Jamie Morgan, Jeff, Christy Geverston, MJ, Sudugunda Varapu, Torgir Linkstad, and Where Panda 47. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here with us.
Yes. And if you guys are watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you might hit the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
If you would like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else that we've watched or we're currently watching, please check out the link in the description below to our Patreon page. Every show, including Gilmore Girls, we're at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon of where we're on YouTube. Due to copyright law, you are going to have to sync and watch along in your own source material. You're only going to see and hear us on everything on Patreon.
Yep.
Oh my god, here. Wow. With a crunch and a zing and a... Hello.
Okay.
Cake looks good.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
So, when is the big day again?
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Have you picked a flavor?
Oh, I don't know. They're all so good.
Well, you have to try them again. This is a very crucial decision, young lady. Cake is the glue of the wedding. Stand here and eat until you decide.
Okay, if you insist.
I do.
How much all this cakes cost to make? These
I know,
small
right?
things, yeah.
It was really great. I'm glad he's back.
And he's on board with the whole smallish wedding thing?
Oh, yeah.
It's been a
we
while.
Want fun, we want simple, we want fast.
We were headed towards summer.
Yeah.
Was he gone the whole summer?
He's been gone. Yeah, he was gone for the summer.
All you have to do is pick out a quote for the front page, and I'll print them up.
We have buried the putrid corpse of liberty. Perfect.
Mussolini it is. Is it right to be sampling wedding cakes when Suki's making ours for free?
What is right, anyway? Eating cake is wrong. I don't want to be right.
I'm bringing out a mocha crunch cream.
I hope you paid for all that then, if you were never going to buy a cake.
I know. That poor lady.
I know.
Yeah, it was like 8 cakes.
Joke's on you. We were never going to buy a cake. That's how I am at the samples. It Sam's, Costco.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now I feel compelled to buy it.
I know, right? Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, you have to act like you do like it. You're like, oh, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Interesting we have the time jump of the summer 3 episodes into the season instead of between seasons.
I kind of thought we were
I'm good with it.
Me too. I thought we were going to have a summertime season there for a second.
Oh, Kirk, I didn't know you were into photography.
It's my passion.
Have you ever shot a wedding before?
Actually, this would be my first official wedding gig, and those are some self-portraits.
Ah! Kirk, you're nude.
No, I'm wearing Speedos. They're kind of flesh-colored.
This is VJ Day, New York.
Right, I included as an example of the excellence that I aspire to.
God.
150 an hour.
How about lunch and the cost of the film?
You won't be sorry.
Done. Oh. 2 weeks from now, you won't have to get going because it's here you'll be going.
So this means that something
Going or
goes
going
wrong
to?
in the next 2 episodes, doesn't
Going
it?
to.
The episode's called Red Night on Wedding Night, so
Maybe
Red
they
light.
slow it down.
yeah.
Maybe you should stay here.
Here?
Yeah. Instead of driving back and forth all weekend, sleep over. Look at it like a trial
Oh,
run.
so he's moving there.
Trial run.
I'd move to
fun.
Stars Hollow.
You think you're ready
For
for
sure.
me?
We could watch Holy Grail and tape again.
Okay.
Tape tomorrow night.
Life of Brian?
Max is staying over.
Really?
I've never
First
seen The Life
time.
of Brian.
And
I
to kind
haven't
of celebrate, he and my mom wanted to go on a double date.
Tomorrow's our anniversary.
No, it's not. It's on the 24th.
No, that was our old anniversary. We broke up and got back together on the 6th.
Yeah, you have 2 anniversaries. It's weird.
What'll it be, like dinner and dancing?
Yes, and then we'll enjoy brandy and cigars. Probably just grab a bite.
All right, we could do that.
We can celebrate twice a month. They're well spread apart, the 6th and the 24th.
You can't do that.
Who's gonna stop us?
Why
I
would you
guess.
let me help?
Because you're a danger to the process.
That's not true.
I've got numerous scars.
I cut you that 2 times. I do like watching you cook.
I like you watching me cook.
What's that weird smell?
It's food.
It smells weird?
No, just weird for this house. It's
Did you know we had that?
not a clue.
Oh, come on.
Hey, it's on fire.
It's the broiler.
He has much knowledge.
We shall form a cult around him.
Build a statue many stories high.
We shall grow our hair long and stop bathing.
Please, don't do any of that. How many times have you seen this movie?
I'm out of digits.
You can't see a Billy Jack movie too many times.
Now, who's the guy Billy Jack described?
Come up, it's time.
You guys talk throughout the whole movie, and then when I say something, you shush me.
That's because you're talking through parts we talked through last time, so we haven't seen those parts in a while.
I did
Max,
watch the movie.
What?
Yeah.
There's like
The phone?
whoever's closest answers.
House rule.
You're both closer.
Oh, no, but I'd have time.
I got it.
Do you have an answering machine? Because it
know,
should
like
pick
having
up at
him
some
around.
point.
I think it's time to turn in.
I'm awake.
You don't look it.
No, I am. I'm just waiting for the guy with the thing on it.
Mom, get him to bed. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
This is weird.
Yeah, a little, maybe.
Oh yeah. She's up. Oh, there's the overthinking.
The sleepover with the daughter there is really getting into her head.
Yeah.
I have a boy in my room.
So
I have a boy in my room.
it's Max.
I know, but it's weird. We've never had a man in the house like this up there.
He's your fiance.
Very true. Wake up. We've not properly talked about this.
You're getting married.
Now
pretty soon.
it's the old stuff coming back.
Yeah.
I like Max.
I know you do, and that's good, but you know, once we are married, nothing will ever be the same again. Not just different. Our lives as we know them will be over.
Mom, we're not dying.
No, we're not dying.
In no way anticipating being attacked by giant man-eating ants because Max is living here.
Good. You know, you can't walk around in the buff anymore.
I don't remember ever walking around in the
Yeah.
buff.
I know one
Nobody
time you
does
did.
that.
Was I 3? Does he hog the bed?
No. He's a very stay on his side kind of guy.
Good. You happy?
Yes. I'm happy.
Well, then it'll be fine. You'll get used to it, having Max there. Mom, you're falling asleep.
So?
You need to be a big girl and go to your own room.
It'll be weird for Max.
Right. I'd feel like should I not have been here?
Can you clear that one off?
Why?
Because it's bigger?
So?
Well, we're 3 today.
3.
Yeah, Max is with us.
Max, huh?
You be nice, Luke. I mean it.
Hey there. Max, buddy. Top of the morning to you. Hey, you look good today.
He did well.
Yeah.
I've got the blueberry pancakes this morning.
Bring him.
Bring him twice.
And you? I'm gonna need a minute. I might run out of the pancakes. Go ahead, order. I'll just be a minute.
No, that's okay. We'll wait.
I'm almost out and I can't make more.
Okay, yeah, that's still eggs and all your basic breakfast stuff up there.
Lunch menu. I stopped serving breakfast in an hour.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
And blueberry pancakes.
Did we make it?
I already set them aside.
What are they doing, Taylor?
Looks like they're coning off the street.
Taylor.
Here to install Stars Hollow's first traffic light and metered crosswalk. Luke?
What authority did you have to authorize this? You're supposed to inform local business owners of major projects per the town's rules.
Not when it's a matter of dire public safety, where the city charter clearly states that I can function unilaterally in the town's best interest. You can't stop progress, Luke.
My wedding invitation for my wedding, because I'm wedding Max.
Oh, yeah, it's in a pile upstairs somewhere.
So are you coming?
You know, I gotta make some calls about this thing before it's too late.
He's not going.
He does not want to go.
No. I mean, would you want to go? Probably not.
No, I would not.
4 people, 6 baked potatoes.
You boys exaggerate.
Am I exaggerating?
Nope.
Ooh, ice cream. Oh, I'm right behind you.
They're bottomless pits.
I mean it, you. You've known them long enough not to be so confused. Their eating habits are just the start of what you're gonna have to get used to. There's tons of stuff you should be aware of. And never get into a heavy discussion late at night, because that's when they're at their crankiest.
That's actually just
Go
demonstrably
with
true.
their bits. Don't let them near puppies, because they'll want to take home every one.
Well, that one I knew.
Here's a big one. If you ever think that they're doing something crazy, they're not. So there's no catching up.
Good for
You
Dean.
have much knowledge.
You got that from Rory.
Dean's a pro.
Yeah. He's attentive. I'll give him that.
Why'd you let me eat so much?
Yeah, they'll blame you.
Go inside.
Past 11, guys.
Okay.
You know, they're still outside.
Oh, man.
Who?
Rory and Dean.
Oh.
How long do you think they'll be out there? Just thought I should know what the procedure is when stuff like this comes up.
Stuff like what?
There's Rory and Dean in the dark all alone after 11. I mean, how do I handle stuff like that?
Oh, Max. Rory is very low maintenance. They're teenagers. They can kiss a little bit.
Okay, well, what do I do if Rory comes home drunk?
Come on.
Well, it happens.
Fair question, I guess.
I mean, it is, right.
What would I do?
Nothing.
Excuse me?
No, you would do nothing. I would handle it.
So basically, I have no role in Rory's life.
She's brought up. She's Rory. You don't need a role.
Fine.
Yep, and here the crack starts.
Yeah.
So
Max, come
I
on.
should do nothing around here, ever.
No, not nothing ever.
What then?
Well, making the garlic bread the other night was really good.
Isn't it like a you figure it out as you go kind of
Right.
thing?
Some of
you
this
know?
is a figured out as you go.
We're getting married, Lorelai.
I know.
Well, that means we're taking 2 separate lives and melding them together. I mean, how do you think that's going to work? Well, have you given it any thought at all?
Not really. I mean it. I'm sorry. Please, come here.
This isn't worth fighting over at this point.
She's good at diffusing this.
I mean, we didn't need to get into this tonight. I definitely
Yeah,
broke
exactly.
Dean's late-night cranky rule.
Oh, no. Yeah. The seed is planted.
Yeah, and now the problem's just going to start snowballing.
That's a conversation. Just like lay down and just
Right,
have the
yeah.
conversation as you're going to bed.
Townspeople, we should all be proud of the new addition to our streets. I know many of you have wanted a traffic light and a crosswalk for many years.
You're trying to brainwash us, Taylor, telling us we want something that we don't and not giving us any choice.
You will see a yellow button with an instructional panel right above it.
That's a lot of instructions for a crosswalk.
I've ever seen.
I hate being infantilized. Does no one here care about the spate of
He's so
near
tall.
accidents we
He
have
really is.
suffered over the past year? The length of the walk signal's duration has thoughtfully been timed to accommodate the pace of Stars Hollow's oldest living resident.
Oh no, this is going to be long, isn't it?
Anahan is going to push the button
Oh.
and lead the first historic group across the street.
So this is going to be like a 60-second crosswalk light.
Believe me, eloping was not out of the question.
But you don't get a wedding over with.
Why not? It's a bureaucratic civil ceremony, a pretty pointless one. It's not biologically natural for people to mate for life. Animals don't mate for life. Well,
Yeah, some do, yeah.
I mean, people grow and evolve their whole lives. The chances that you're going to grow and evolve at the same rate as someone else is too slim to take.
Oh my god, this has been going on for so long already.
It'd be a really good bit if there's a car waiting for the pass.
Right.
This is a felony, you know, corrupting a minor. We'll all end up in a bookie.
Just try to look older. How? Look like you're thinking about retirements or 401ks and stuff.
Yes, you should have brought your fake beard and mustache.
My brother decides to leapfrog over a parking meter.
Why did he do that?
Middle child.
Great question.
Poor Jan.
I've got a concussion. I'm good. Let's drink.
Wait, hold on a sec. You got a concussion?
Yeah, it's a little.
Okay, new rule for the evening, no calls to
tomorrow.
fiancés or
Yeah.
boyfriends or anything else like that. It's girls' night out.
And it's 18 and over.
Oh, go. She's 18.
That's right. Last week. So it's a new 18, but it's 18, yep.
$12.
Thank you.
$12.
Yeah.
Dunker
It's quite a cover, isn't it?
Forget your troubles. Come on, get happy.
Okay, that's why it's $12. They have talent.
Yeah, they do.
Wow, this is actually kind of cool.
It is cool.
This is a drag club.
It's called the Queen Victoria. What did you expect? Tea and crumpets?
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
What in Lucifer's reach is my mother doing here?
Oh, I invited her. It would be a cake.
That's right. Emily and Michelle, did you get along?
Emily in a drag show.
Oh, we'll see what happens.
Happy bachelorette party, Lorelai.
Thank you, Mother.
Manhattan. Good, too. Not too sweet. I ordered it from that nice fellow dressed as Joan Crawford.
Okay, she's cool with it. I didn't think she would be.
Oh, Lorelai, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm tipsy, but just short of seeing pink elephants.
No, I mean about you getting married.
Everything's fine. I figured once I got the shoes to match the dress, the rest was just gravy.
The week before my wedding, I was a wreck.
So was I before all of mine.
My stomach was not my friend. It was full of butterflies. I couldn't eat a bite the whole week.
What a bummer.
I was actually weak in the knees. When I wasn't actually with Richard, I was thinking about him constantly. Imagining what he was doing. Was he thinking about me?
Sweet.
I was in love.
It is wonderful to be in love.
Second thoughts really creeping in here.
And I'd sneak out of bed, and I'd put on my wedding dress. And I would stare at myself in the mirror and think how very safe I felt. How very right and wise.
Oh.
Okay,
she is inadvertently destroying this marriage, isn't she?
Is it going to blow up tonight, you think? You think it blows up tonight?
I think so. I think this episode might be it.
Ugh.
She doesn't have the same feelings, I'm guessing.
Hey, who's this?
Yeah.
It's Trixie from the other night. I'm at a bachelorette party.
Oh, cool. Whose?
Mine.
Was he worthy?
Is anyone?
Bono, maybe? Brian Ferry?
Get serious.
A young Tom Waits?
Now you're talking.
So why are you calling me?
That's the big question. I was wondering there.
Because you know me really well.
Well, as someone who knows you really well, I say congratulations. If you found the guy, I think that's great.
And you can picture me married, right?
To the right guy, I can picture you married.
I feel like she's talking herself into this right now.
She is. Maybe it's not that innocent. I don't know.
I think it was innocent.
I think it's totally fine.
She just didn't want to talk to Max.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, your husband to be is out there looking annoyingly perky. Slap him, or I will. Hey! So what'd I do?
He's spoken in normal volume.
Sorry. And guess who doesn't possess his own set of keys yet?
I'm guessing it's you.
Still me.
Oh, Max, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Again, I'm trying really hard not to read too much into this.
Like what?
Yeah.
Like you don't want me having keys or you don't want me coming in the house.
I was thinking the same thing.
No, you need to think about someone other than yourself for a few minutes a day.
Whoa. There we go.
Ouch.
That was too strong.
Not a good day for keys or communication.
This is ending faster than I thought it.
Yeah, it's just a lot of little things that are kind of pile up as far as like flags.
I got an interesting call today.
Oh, yeah? Who?
Dad. Why'd you call him?
Oh, just to check in.
At your bachelorette party?
Yeah.
As good a time as any. The Long Island iced tea makes you do things that you normally wouldn't do.
God,
like
even
lifting
Rory's
your skirt
picking
in
up on it.
public, or calling someone you normally wouldn't call at really weird times.
I really want you to be happy.
I know, sweetie.
You are happy about all of this, aren't you?
Don't I seem happy?
Yeah, her face says it all, doesn't it?
God, she couldn't even answer the question straight up, could she?
No.
Don't marry the guy, obviously, if you're having these kind of major second thoughts.
Yeah.
That'd make it so much worse.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Stand under it, you and Max. It's for your wedding.
Did you make that?
Really
yeah,
nice
sometimes, so.
Got carvings. Birds and flowers.
Yeah, there's also a goat.
A goat?
Yeah, I don't know what it stands for, but it was in the picture.
What on earth inspired you to do this?
You're getting married. You can't just stand in the hot sun in the middle of a lawn that hasn't been mowed in weeks.
I love Luke so much.
He's the best.
I wasn't putting down Max. He seems like a really good guy.
He is, and you were putting him down.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to.
Did you mean all those things you said about marriage?
For some people, marriage, isn't the worst thing in the world.
People can evolve together, don't you think?
Maybe. I guess if you can find that one person, who's willing to put up with all your crap, marriage can be all right. But that's only if you find that person.
Bells are going off in her head again. Is Max that person?
Yeah. I like the gesture from Luke, but
Yeah.
you're right. The bells are going off.
No
The
one has
alarms
ever
are-
made me a hoopa before.
Well, you only get married once, theoretically.
There it is. And it's not this one. Oh, what a great shot.
Pack. What's going on?
We are hitting the road.
What?
Pack everything. Traveling light is for girls.
What's going on here? Why are we hitting the road?
Oh, she's
running away.
Freaking out, yeah.
You're getting married this weekend.
Do you have my blue swimsuit?
What about Max?
Sunscreen. We need sunscreen.
Mom, stop. Are you and Max getting married?
No. Because I didn't want to try on my wedding dress every night.
Oh, that's a good line.
Where are we going?
We don't have to.
Call Max at least.
Yeah, does he know this?
Apparently not.
I think this is something you have to see him in person and tell him. You have to. If I got that phone call, I'd be devastated.
Right. Yeah, for sure. They're going through a process right now, though.
Sure,
they don't know what to do.
So are we almost there?
We're almost there and nowhere near it. All that matters is we're going.
Very much looking forward to seeing the resolution of that.
Yeah, I kind of want to jump right into the next one.
Obviously, Max is going to be upset, but I want to see what his role is going forward then. Obviously, he's Rory's teacher.
Yeah, I don't know how much he's going to be on the show after this,
Sure.
honestly.
I don't think we've seen much of Chilton at all this season, here
No.
and there. You know,
I mean, we're 3 episodes in.
Yeah, and
but-
of course he's a guest actor, so he can come back whenever you need him to.
Right.
You know, but also, like, you know, he's not a petty guy. Not really. He maybe a little, but like not really.
I'm not worried about him being petty. I'm worried about him being crushed.
I'm too.
I'm not concerned with like
I'm
what's going to be the fallout from Max. Max about to get destroyed here.
He's about to get destroyed. I'm just saying, going forward at Chilton, with him and
Sure,
Rory,
sure.
That dynamic is what I'm thinking of.
Right. Yeah.
But,
you're talking about Rory and
yes,
okay,
yeah,
specifically. Yeah,
but
that's
no,
going to be weird.
He will be crushed, and that's going to suck.
Yeah, no, it is.
Because I do like Max.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He is a good guy.
Let's talk about her calling Christopher.
Yeah.
I think it's fine that she's talking to Christopher, right?
Yeah, I do too.
Like she said, you know, it's you're the person that probably knows me best that I can talk to and tell I'm getting married. And I like that he called Rory too, and he was like, "What's going on with Mom?"
Well, and I think that's a double call too. It's also like, hey, your mom's getting married. How are you with all of this?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, for sure. Which makes me wonder if we're going to get more Christopher going forward too. I mean, obviously he's not a star on the show,
Right.
but once this ends, where does Lorelai go? You know,
I think she's back to just being season 1, single, scared to get into a relationship. Lorelai,
Sure.
I feel like,
and I'm not
it's kind of. I think it's gonna be a reset.
For sure. And I'm not saying we hop into a relationship or anything like that. I just want to see where she's at going forward, because it is a big thing to go through, you know, calling it off this soon. And yeah, I really do feel for Max. I'm right there with you.
I'm just at the point where I'm not, again, you know, they spent the summer apart. I'm still not sure how much time they've actually spent together as a couple.
That's a great
You know
point,
what I
too.
mean? Because
That's a great
like
point.
the sleepover thing freaked her out so much, and the key thing freaked her out so much. And it's like, for a lot of couples, not all, but a lot of couples, these are steps that have already happened. Way before you're like going into your wedding. You know what I mean?
They're doing it like right before the wedding. Day,
Yeah,
you know?
it's like you guys are having conversations now about, do I have a role in Rory's life, and when do I get a key to the house, and is it okay that the 3 of us are all in the house together overnight? It's like, this just seems like stuff that should happen, at least conversations, well before you're 2 weeks out from the wedding. You're like, they shouldn't happen right before the bachelor party or during the bachelor party.
Sure. It's like I said, it's like the only person she can really talk to and feel comfortable with that's a guy is Christopher, really.
Yeah, for sure.
But it is pretty wild. Yeah, like 2 weeks before, or however long it was before this wedding date, like she's just now been like, uh-oh.
I don't think that's incredibly uncommon. I mean, people get left at the altar all the time when it's like, what am I doing at the very last second?
I guess, but just to go through those steps of like
Sure.
sleepover,
right,
keys,
right,
and then like nope.
I don't know. For me, it's just like there's no right answer on any of this. All relationships are different.
Yeah.
They all grow and fall apart completely uniquely
For whatever reason,
They're all snowflakes, right?
Sure.
And so, yeah, it's close to the wedding for her to do this. I know she's freaking out, and the Gilmore girls are girls that freak out, and how they, you know, we had Dean say it early on, right?
Yeah.
What they do is sometimes crazy, and don't try to figure it out, because they've already moved on to the next crazy thing, and you're never going to get your answer. Like Dean told him, basically, like, here's what's going to happen. You're not going to get a satisfying resolution to this. And so them running away, it's not something most people you would encourage in this situation. Yeah. Hey, maybe a conversation with Max should be step 1, right? And then whoever your maid of honor is needs to start making phone calls to everybody that this isn't happening. You know, those are just logistics. Max is not, though. Max is something that needed to be dealt with. I feel like you run away, and by the next morning, just like, you know, Rory wanting to put off groveling about breaking up with Dean, at that point, you know, Lorelai's got to get there herself on, okay, now I need to talk to Max. Now I need to explain why I can't marry him. I think we get there.
Sure.
I mean, it's not like, he's getting left at the altar, which absolutely would have been something that could have happened on this show, too.
I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask you, do you think they're back in time before whenever the wedding's supposed to be, or Max is just left out to dry? Because they're getting out of town. But I don't know if they're going to go that route. I think it will be like, we're going to get out of town, and then she'll come back before, and then it'll be like last minute, but,
Right. Well, I mean, I think just the fact they disappeared, no one's going to be like, well, Lorelai's gone for the last couple weeks, but I'm assuming the wedding's still on. I don't think it gets to that. If she leaves town and is gone for the full 2 weeks, I doubt there's anybody standing at the, in their yard for the wedding.
Sure. I think Max will be the last person to know too.
That would suck, but I also feel like Max will know as soon as he finds out that she's out of town. I mean, he's the one who just said to her, like, I'm trying not to read into why you don't want me to have a key. I'm trying not to. Well, the fact that she's jumped in the car and disappeared is like, okay, she doesn't want to marry me. I think that's exactly where his head would go.
I guess he has had suspicions. Like, what is my role? What is my role here?
Yeah, everyone has his suspicions. Even Rory was like, "Are you sure you're okay?"
That was a great performance too, because the way she can convey that with her face, like that was really well done.
Yeah, I mean, Christopher was on the phone and immediately was like, "Something's wrong. You're calling me out." Yeah, yeah. Like everyone knows something's up.
Yeah. So. You're right, though. Emily did inadvertently kind of blow that up for him.
And didn't do anything wrong.
Nothing wrong at all.
Just like, here's how I felt about my husband when I married him, and I was really into the idea of marrying him and really committed, and she's like, oh, well, I seem to be missing that piece of myself right now on actually being happy about what's happening. Mm-hmm. Which, whatever it takes, good on Emily on that one.
For sure.
And at the drag show, I did not expect Emily to not be really uptight about that, and she was completely cool with it.
She's having a good time,
Emily contains multitudes. Emily is always uptight, except when she's at a drag show, which you don't expect.
Like we said, she's loosening up a little bit.
She is absolutely. Good for you, Emily. All right, we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Thanks a lot.
See ya.